Okay, so if you can hear any background sound, I apologise for that. It's my mum talking on the phone and she has to be extremely loud when she does that, but it's okay. Second of all, this video, if you're watching, you already know what this is. It's my tips and tricks on how to grow on YouTube. I know I'm not the best example of this, but I thought I would give you my tips and tricks, so here we go. Oh yeah, before I forget, I put them into like little categories. So the first, which will be on the screen now with timestamps and stuff like that, so if you're interested, you can skip to the time that you want. Okay, he just wasn't in the game to begin with, that's nice. The first one is thumbnails. I put this one at the top because in my opinion thumbnails are very important because it decides if someone's gonna click on your video or not. There are two types of thumbnails that I can think of, one being the render ones that I've started doing recently, and the second one is the one using replay mod. And I've been thinking of doing a video of the how to make the rendered ones. Obviously I don't make the renders myself, but of how I actually edit on Photoshop, because they look so much nicer. And there's already a video on my channel about how to make the replay mod ones. Lol. I'm so toxic, okay. Anyway. Yeah, in my opinion, thumbnails is what determines if someone clicks on your video or not, because if you saw a really nice presented thumbnail, you more likely as a viewer are going to click that one over something that is not looking as nice. So like, for example, having not much detail on it, something that just describes the video, not something that like is too crowded or too hectic, because if it's too crowded or too hectic, you're more likely not gonna click on it. And I got hit, okay. I'm gonna put examples of like some rendered ones on the screen now, and I'm gonna show some of the replay ones so you can see what they look like. There are plenty of tutorials on how to do the replay mode one. They're probably easier to do. I use the same two renders just because I don't make my own renders, so. Okay, the next one I'm going to be explaining is the quality of your videos. This is also very important because I would much rather watch someone with a really good quality video over someone who doesn't have quality videos at all. So for example, my videos are not really good at example of this because my PC isn't the best, like, you know, it's definitely not the best. Also, I don't really have much blocks to deal with this guy. Okay, that was funny. Anyway, what was I saying? I completely just destroyed my train of thought. Okay, so basically, I can't believe we just did that. And also make sure that it fits the screen and, you know, stuff like that, because it's always important, I guess, to make sure that someone can actually see what's happening on the screen. Even though my videos are definitely not a good example of that. It just helps with people wanting to keep on watching your video. Okay, next one is gameplay. Oh wait, never mind. I am definitely not a good example of this one either. Anyway, gameplay. I'm definitely not a good example of this either, but I did a poll, which is on screen now. I did a poll ages ago about what you'd prefer to see about like gameplay or commentary, which one do you prioritize when you're watching a video, you know? And it was about 50-50, I'm pretty sure, but that just proves that gameplay is also important. So like choosing a game that you're good at is very important, because like if you're not good at it, then you need to be very good at commentary to like, I don't know, counteract that. So making sure your gameplay is very good. Oh my god, why is there so many people? Can you like leave me alone, please? I mean, I could just build to Aqua over here and just hope they doesn't come for me. And just hope that Aqua can't reach me in time. I want out. I've got like something in my hand, so that was invis, was pretty much useless. Anyway, being good at gameplay is important, but I'm not a good example of this. I don't know why people watch me. I guess I don't always win every single game, but I'm honest about it. You know, I don't redo the entire match if I lose, because that's just no fun, I guess. But now he has severe height advantage, so gameplay is important. Anyway, next one is voice and audio. Voice and audio is very important because making sure that someone can hear you is very important, and like, let's say if you like doing collabs and stuff like that, then doing collabs and make sure, like, honestly, I recommend you having your voice higher than the other person who you're doing a collab with. Here's a lot more stuff and we're trading. Yeah, you can run. Why is there so many people here? Okay. Okay, anyway, voice and audio. So this is my personal preference. If I was recording a collab with someone, I would personally put my voice a little bit higher. Just because if someone's like a new time viewer and they don't know what you sound like and they don't know anything about you, then having your voice higher will just define who's who, and I guess that's just my personal preference, but I feel like it's nicer. Some people say have it at the same volume. Some people say I have one a little bit higher. I don't know, I'm just weird and I prefer to have my voice a little bit higher just so people know who I am. And also making sure that it is, like, good volume is really important, just because if it's not, then think about it. Like, if you're watching a video and like you can barely hear one person but you can hear another, it's very unlikely that you're gonna be re-recording that video. Is he gonna jump? Why are you like this? I don't like people. Just don't pretend to be someone else, because if you're using your voice and using all these terms that YouTubers use, like, if I started going like, Deemons never dies, people would start calling me a technoblade copy, and it's like, no. I want people to subscribe for me, not for someone else, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... So, the way I did it was a little bit different to how a lot of people did it. But honestly, all I recommend doing is maybe stream. Streaming is good, but I wouldn't recommend advertising in lobbies, because that person is not very likely to come back onto the stream. Yeah, I streamed at the start when I first started YouTube, because streaming is always good for like getting viewers and always being able to like interact with them. As I was saying, interacting with viewers is very important, like doing like small events, like I did a tournament, you know, stuff like that, just to get them more involved into your content, because if they're not involved, they don't feel like a part of your community, then they're not likely to come back. If you feel a part of a community, you feel like you're a part of something, it feels much more special than if you are not, I guess. Oh, he's respawning. I'm like, where did you go? Don't run. Okay, good fight. And that's all my tips on how to grow bigger on YouTube. Hell yeah, I did something for YouTube. I'm so good.